Anyway, it's a good turnout today. I'm glad everybody came out. Does anybody here have anything they'd like to say for that? You want to take a few moments? If not, that's cool. I just want to people that want an opportunity.
I just think if you're looking for change for the union, you're not the same representation that you pay for now, which is nothing, and you want to change that, then vote for Bruce.
Awesome. Thank you.
For taking time out of your day to come out to the rallies, and when you talk to people that you work with, there's a website set up if you want more information. If you have questions, absolutely shoot a text, email. Feel free to fire off some questions that Bruce may hear you have concerns and.
Jerry, you got anything you want to discuss there a little bit? Going to put you on the spot? I wanted you guys to see all those.
I think they're about to said a lot there, and there are lots of points. But most of all, thank you for being involved. Thank you for taking your time out and coming out and everything we're doing. Like Bruce said, two minutes in a pin, come late October. What it's all about. Come on.
Mike, do you have anything you want to address out here, these fine people that showed up today? Let's get Mike to tell you guys what's on his mind today. Mike, what's working today?
I'll tell you guys something. It's a great group of people here, and I am not a phony. I've grown up with Teamster, 42 years of my life. It's a great group of people. Be brothers and sisters, work together, get this done, man, because this is your future right here. Not my future. Okay?
Thank you very much, Mike. I appreciate those words. JD, you want to make a couple comments here, my man?
Well, I'm not a very good speaker. I don't have a three-piece suit to wear.
Yeah, James, though, good.
We got a good group here. We got people from all industries and all groups. I'm not going to be a yellow freight. I'm going to be a UPS local.
Sure, it's seems to be a hollow.
We've had some good presidents, Local 41 in the past. I remember Phil Young. He did a lot for this local. I remember it was election time one year and nobody opposed it. I hope Bruce can do the same thing.
Right, Bruce.
Thank you very much. I got two more, then I'm going to take your question. I'm going to see if these guys have anything, and then I'm going to have you ask your question. Bruce Williams?
Yeah, Bruce.
All right, he's just going to make a couple comments here.
I just want to say, as a steward, you do everything you can to help your members, and you give a lot of your time and a lot of effort to try to educate people as well. Now, there's a lot of young people in this union that know nothing about it, and you have to take the time to bring them together. What JD just said about us being not going to be a individual UPS local or YRC local, we have to bring everybody together. We have to learn to unify and get unity back in this local. Otherwise, we're not going to get anywhere. I would ask everybody in this room, you got a young man or a young woman at your barn, take the time to talk to them, explain to them what it's about. Give them some information, help them out. I try to encourage anybody to be a steward. I have guys that want to run against me all the time, and I don't tell them, no, you can't. I tell them, okay, well, what do you know? This is what we need to do. And I try to give them a chance to, hey, I want to try this out. Come at you. Well, come on. Bring it on. Bring it. Everybody's got an idea. Everybody has an idea, and they have a way of doing things. And if we try to knock down competition, then what we're going to end up with is the same old drug. We need to kind of encourage everybody and show them that this is a local, that this is unity. And we may have a little friction in the bar, but we got to stay together when it comes to the company. All right?
All right.
I'm going to ask my Carlos say a couple words if he wants to say anything about coming out to this rally and looking at the people that have turned out. But Carlos Mitchell, my buddy from Yellow, is going to say a couple words for you.
You know, first I'd like to say it's been a whole lot of fun putting this thing together. Bruce was great. We had a lot of fun down at the local. And I got to meet Jerry. I know Jerry for a long time now. Very bad. Mike, these two guys here, these some great guys. When I said Mike, these two guys right here. I can appreciate all you guys coming out today. Showed us a lot of support. And we got your back down here. You know, that's the main thing that counts down here is we've been misrepresented down here for a long time. Everybody knows all that. I'd like to give special thanks to Henry Martinez, has been a big help, and Dennis Lucas right here.
Now, one of these things, and I'm going to take this guy's question here real quick. One of these things, you know, Mary Beth and I talk quite a bit, and everybody up here on this entire slate, we spend a lot of time picking each other's brains, finding out what some of the people are saying. And she said, Bruce, I've had some questions about, and she told me the other day, she said, see, you can get me all pumped up. I like that answer. And she said, some of these guys may have a question about what's this yellow freight road driver going to be doing, you know, for UPS? And the answer to that question is very simple. It's not going to be Bruce Frakes from the yellow freight system. It's not going to be, it's not about the title. It is not about where you work. It's about a labor leader, and there's not going to be any dividing line in the industries about how I represent as a principal officer and a labor leader. Once we are honored to be elected by the members, it's not going to be a divided industry local. And what I know, as president and principal officer, no matter where I drove for, what uniform, work the dock, work the mechanic, it's going to be about your dues, pay for collective bargaining, and union representation. Who or what from? I think we can get that fixed. So I think with turnouts like this and people being involved like that, that's how we can resolve these problems. There's not going to be any carved out industries. We're going to be the Teamsters Union, not UPS Teamsters, not freight Teamsters, not white paper. We're going to be the Teamsters Union all over the country. Yes, sir. Brother, stand right up here.
Can I add to the program? I would just like to say this. Thank you so much for the hospitality and all the brothership and unionship from every truck line. That here, UPS, Holland, Big D right here. Holland, everything.
Car Hall, Jack Cooper.
ABF, everybody that's involved in the local board.
Jack Cooper, Cassins, all of it. Absolutely.
And my own opinion, the key to success for this election is the internet. And everybody has to be involved with either the Facebook or the internet or everything like that. Now, modern technology today is what we need to succeed.
Absolutely.
Right now, what we have in Local 41 is archaic.
It is. We beat them to the punch on that with our campaign. The guy back there, the short one with the beer back there, with the black and white shirt on, standing right above the exit sign. Yeah, but that's what he does for a living. And when we put this together, we put together a website that is state of the art. You can leave your questions, you can let us know you're watching, you can check out the YouTube videos, and the answer is we're going to upgrade to see to it people have the ability to communicate and be able to be involved in the local with social media, no doubt about it.
Not only to vote for the election,
For the local in its entirety, I agree with that.
also to encourage for grievances and education.
Oh yeah, we need to. There's a lot of history that needs to be entered. You know, you can hire. Say, for instance, Rick was to put our history or parts of it as for each quarter, maybe enter groups from each industry of major 9-5 grievances, or all the 22, 3, which judges vote on. Article 22, put those major things, and then we can start adding through to some background where a guy can look up what was won or the position you need to take, some of the things that were entered, some of the do's and don'ts, why you do or don't win a grievance.
Thank you.
You bet. That was a good question. And to answer your question, we're going to have it state of the art. 2014, we don't have a lot of CDs anymore. We're going to have a... we're going to be communicating. And that door to the local is going to be open. My door is going to be open to anybody. It's not going to be answer your question and let you get 10 feet out of sight and then all of a sudden over with. We're not going to... That bullshit's going to stop. Henry, did you have something?
One, that you're radical, and then two, that this slate, when it gets into office, and it will, these companies are going to go after your rank and file because you all reside in the hall. There are two questions, and I'm wondering what your response is to a lot of people, that kind of fear-mongering is bringing out.
Well, yeah, 100%. There's not, a lot of these people here have attended the meeting. Chad was a alternate for me. Jeremy just left here we had a lot of scenarios. Bruce and I have been in the same grievance hearings before. His might have been local parties, but there's not anybody that didn't try to put that label on me however long ago, whether it is trying to put off some image that's not really there. Do I stand up for what's right? Yeah. Never been pushed around I was pretty young when I was born, but I was little when it started. So what I mean is, I just never got pushed, never did. If it was wrong and somebody was trying to shit me around, I stood up for it no matter what it took, clear to the end. And stood up for what was right and won when it came to it. Radical? No. Passionate? Yes. There's not been anybody to tell you, it wasn't all out. I think he's been thrown out of union meetings. Go look at the recording secretary. That's a lie. Because they would list the action taken or rule out order. That's a big line of bullshit. And somebody would try to say that, take your eye off the ball over here, and I think you're going to swing at the dirt down here. Oh, that's a lie. Somebody tells you that. The part about us getting in there and the companies want to take some sort of action either against supporters or us as a union, you're a pretty smart guy. I've dealt with you quite a bit. Do you think one or two people can beat 400 at UPS Freight?
Not even close.
I don't think 8 or 10 managers at Yellow can beat 1,000 people. I don't think 1 or 2 people can beat 600 people at Jack Cooper. I don't think 1 or 2 people or 20 managers and a brick labor guy is going to beat 2,000 or 3,000 people at UPS. So it's physics. I wouldn't call them out on a dare, but they won't do that twice. I'll give you that. So if they want to come around picking and acting like there's a price to pay for your vote, I'm the one you want to vote for because they got an agenda, buddy.
When the company sends a senior employee home, unless a guy that doesn't have seniority work, or if you file a grievance and you get a target on your back, wouldn't you think they've already started attacking?
Yeah.
Because that's what's happening now.
Right. How you doing?
And so then, when we end up with the pulpit and the power, and people start paying attention, just like Jerry said at the last 2 rallies, there's more people here than was at the last 4 union meetings.
That's right.
And if we are starting to walk shoulder to shoulder, talking the same talk and walking the same walk, I don't want a bunch of people to say, Bruce is the leader, I'm behind you. I want everybody shoulder to shoulder. And then you try to preach that solidarity, and that union is going to happen. Not going to happen.
Can I touch on that for a minute before we move on?
Chad, you can touch anything within reach. Of you. No, Chad, go ahead.
Was assistant line officer with Bruce. I'd say it's safe to say you didn't go many places, many meetings, do many things without me. And I never saw him outline, never any issue. Apparently to our current people, what being radical means is we didn't only not just, we didn't lay there and take it, but we even squirmed a little whenever they were trying to give it to us.
Right, right.
You know, they just, apparently that's what being radical is.
Is winning. I'll give you a little example. Me and Chad were down at a meet and confer over some change language. And it was me and him sat and went into the room, and it was the labor guy, the guy that wrote the change, and our boss, and it was me and Vic and Ron. And when we went in, I wasn't too happy because they obviously, they came back and cracked us again for a couple of years worth of raises and cheated us out of a bunch of shit. But when I went into that meeting, everything they tried to pull off, we objected and had them, Chad will tell you, they went out of the room every time. They'd go call, they'd come back in the room. All right, he's right, we'll take that off. We ate them alive in that room, and everything we requested, stood up to them, everyone, they go out, we'll be right back. They got out. He is right, they didn't lose that. He was, I don't understand how you could remember that shit from a change from Albuquerque in 2000. I remember what it said, what page it's on, and we're not going to lose it twice. They go out and call somebody and tell, he's right. That's what they call being radical, is keeping it in your mind and having the balls to stand up for it and make them go check with their boss and go, well, this guy's held us accountable to and by the time we come out of that change meet and confer, we had the number of a plus 19 to a plus 3. So we lost 16 people. Because they were trying to cheat us, and we called them on every one of them. And they had to carve out those numbers, and what came in was the actual phrase we got. It had been a long time since that happened.
Not only that, when the companies go out of the room and make their phone calls, whoever they needed to figure out what was going on, the president and the agent that was at the meeting not long after they left, well, that's a good idea, I didn't think of that. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah,
however they presented it, but you know, they were, whenever somebody else put themselves up front, they're behind it, but only when their buddies were out of the room.
yeah, and Vic was, Bruce, you're just a little too passionate about this. You're kind of rough on it. No, you're trying to put a bunch of people in there and then lay off our guys. And I had all, well, you are right there. Yeah, you're right. I know I am, or I wouldn't be running my big mouth. I can back it up. You can't. I'll run this. You worry about your shit. I'll worry about mine. And by the time we got all the numbers squared up, we'd won our position on every issue. And so going to the change, we came out of it exactly like it was supposed to work. And that hasn't happened since Linda, Vic, and Ron Cole have been involved in our stewards elections. Ever since then, they got involved. We've lost in this season, every one. Walker guy, we lost. We had a change not very long ago. We got 22 people and 11 bids. We got 11 extra people. We just told them in Kansas City, we'll just lay some off later. You got to have the knowledge and the ability to be able to do it, and I did, and the people in the room with us did.
I'll say one thing about him that I really admire about him, is he told me that if he's right, he will never back down as long as he's right. He won't back down on a challenge. If he's wrong, he's wrong. But if he's right, he'll never back down. That's what we need down here.